Having the most glamorous wedding with explicit event is not bad in itself, but the high expectations to meet the standard has pushed a lot of youth to crime and early grave. With a lot of preparation for weddings and not marriages, has to an extent lead to failed marriages in Nigeria.
For me, I don't think that high expectation for marriages and wedding and the rest is really necessary. What's the essential thing there to do is just to pay the bride price or the dowry, and which is the more important thing for any lady. That's what is more important, because when you start wanting a high expectation for your wedding or anything, even during courtship, you start expecting very high things from your boyfriend or your partner or something like that. I don't think it's really necessary.
My opinion is, if one is going to spend so much on a wedding, let the marriage justify that amount, as in the happy marriage first, then, you know. But if you can afford it, why not? You can make it like an elaborate event if you can afford it.
The problem is the way the society is and the way people are brought up. Our parents nowadays work with what the society wants. They no longer train their children with morals, they are after what people will say. People are rather after what people will say than what suits them, forgetting that what works for someone might not work for you. So you have to go for what works for you, what matters most to you, not to the society, not to the people around.
Culturally, our culture, for me, does not stipulate that of the white wedding. So we should cut our coats according to our clothes. So going to do a wedding with all what you have, then at the end, the family the family will not have anything to be sustained. So going to do a flamboyant wedding, after much you remain where you were. So I don't subscribe to that.
Hello and welcome to 360 Youth Dialogue. It's here that we trash and deal and talk and stretch out issues concerning the youth. And today we're doing a little bit, relaxing. Yeah, that's the word, a relaxing topic. We're talking about marriage. We're talking about relationship. This is something a lot of youth go into without being ready. They have that expectation. They have that whatever glamorous lifestyle they plan towards having in their marriage or around the whole relationship thing, but they get hit by should I call it reality when they see some challenges surrounding this issue. And that is why we've brought it here. A lot of youth go into marriage, into relationship, only to see their end. Some die, some face wife battery or spouse battery, and a lot of things happen around relationship and marriage. And it's at this that I have brought a marriage counselor and a Muslim romance writer to explore this tension. Her name is Aziza Idris M. She grew up in Gombe, Nigeria. She's a bilingual writer. Aziza has written 19 Hausa language books. And not just that, as well as cookbook and 7 other English books. I mean, such a writer. You're very welcome to 360 Youth Dialogue.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Okay, let me just get to know you a bit more. What inspires you when it comes to your writing, your counseling, and then the cookbook?
Okay. I actually have a great interest about the things going on around me in my community. So that actually inspired me to start writing about the problems in my society, and one thing led to another, and people started seeing me as someone they could go to for their problems in their marriages, their relationships, and I decided to take it on as something more prominent, and I became a marriage counselor. And regarding the cookbook, I am I'm a foodie.
Okay, now we see where the cook comes in.
Yes, I'm a foodie, and I like to explore a lot.
Okay.
I took a mini course at Red Dish Chronicles at a point. That led me to that journey. I had a culinary school at a point in time. I had to close it because of so many commitments.
Okay.
But it was something it is still something I'm proud that I did.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So amongst your book, both the Hausa and then the English, which do you pour more into, and which is most of your impactful books?
I write the same things in my books, whether it is in Hausa or English. I write about the same issues. Yes, it's just the matter of which language I use to deliver the message. Some of the messages, I have some audience that will absorb it well and better in Hausa, and some can go global. So I decide from the topics I'm going to include in my book, which audience I'm directing my book at.
So the message determines the language and then the impact.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay, let's go down to the main deal, marriages, relationship. And we're not just talking about, the Muslims, we're talking about Christians, we're talking about the youth in general. And we often hear about, cases of failed marriages, failed relationship. And this is due to the expectations. I don't want to call it false, because it can be real. It can be real. There are good marriages. There are good
high expectations.
Okay, let's use the high expectations. How do this unrealistic expectation lead to, destruction? Let me use the word destruction, or unsafe marriages.
High expectations usually lead to disappointment, because one goes in there thinking of their partner as being someone, or having something, or possessing some qualities, or like a different view of their partner, and get something else.
So like what I ordered versus what I got.
What I ordered versus what I got. Yes, and they got hit by the realities of things, and maybe the pedestal they put their partner on is not something their partner can measure up to. And that will definitely hurt. And when that hurts, one can react violently, one can even turn to crime, because that thing they've so much wanted in their partner is not there. And I think that contributes a lot to the instability of marriages.
Very true.
Yes.
And then we've had a lot of, like you said, it can result to crime and then abuse in the marriage.
Yes.
How can youth, should I say, how can youth foretell this, or foresee, or see the red flags, and then protect themselves from unrealistic or high expectations, as you've put it?
Yes. It happens before the marriage. Like before the marriage, people should look out to certain things. If their prospective spouse doesn't want to communicate openly or honestly with them, then it may be that they are protecting themselves. They don't want to share some part of them that their partner shouldn't know about, or they are aggressive. Sometimes they can be aggressive. Sometimes they don't control their anger. Sometimes they tend to hide behind something false. And it is the duty of both of you to make sure that you are of the same values before you get into this. You should be able to communicate well with one another. You should be able to put others first. If the partner is always putting themselves first, then they will be selfish in the relationship. And when someone is selfish, they can tell lies easily.
Lies that can never be caught.
Yes, that can never be caught. So these things should be looked out for.
As so these are the red flags. But sometimes so people are so good in this whole covering themselves. And like you said, there's always a red flag. Like, come on, I'll slap you.
Ah.
It's like, okay, we're
That's
we're
not
heading
play.
to violence.
That's
we're
not
heading.
play.
That's not play. We're heading to violence. But let's talk about how can youth save themselves from this. Especially, there are some relationship I've heard of people just courtship and relationship. Their partner beats them, molest them, but they find it difficult to come out of it. So how can people save themselves? How can youth save themselves from all this mannerism of criminal attachment in relationships?
People should think of themselves first. You should put yourself first, because love is not blind.
Okay.
Love is
But
not
I
blind.
mean, there's a popular saying that
No, it's not blind. You should go in with clear eyes, because it's not just a matter of 1 day or 2 days. We are talking years, several years. You don't know when you are getting out of that, or if you are getting out of that
if you are coming out alive.
And mentally well, because a lot of damages have been done because of marriages, because of failed marriages, because of abusive marriages. A lot of trauma have occurred to several people, men and women alike. Yes. So shine your eyes.
Shine your
If
eyes.
your instinct gives you that something is wrong, then definitely step back and look at things clearly.
So
What is going on?
I think this is where counseling comes in.
Yes.
Because I don't know, is counseling accessible in Nigeria, looking at how youths just go in and out of relationship without even considering the safety, the security behind their own mental self and all that? How do young people assess counseling? Is it free? Is it not free? How do they assess this so much now in Nigeria?
Okay, it's counseling is a growing concept now in Nigeria. It's been accepted because just a few years ago, if you tell someone that they should see a counselor or a therapist, it means that something is wrong
mental health.
with their heads. But now people will come willingly and tell you that they want advice. And of course, the services, some are free. You get free value for just to give out to your community, and some are paid because you've also underwent a lot of studies, a lot of investment went into a license.
Acquiring the knowledge and all that.
Yes, getting your licenses and all these things. So you have to also put that into consideration. But it is not as expensive as we see it in other countries. Yes. So I would say it's fairly accessible.
Okay, in your whole experience, your years before now, you said you have been 13 years in this whole counseling journey. What's the worst? Let's start with the worst before we go to the greatest. What's the worst story of this whole marriage and relationship you've encountered?
Okay, I think I got one that shook me so well. I had to write about it in a book. And my story, A Sack Full of Wishes, is based on that counseling I did. The story of Abdurazak Zanna and Hadiza Musa Sanusi. It's based on true life events. And the kind of struggle Hadiza went through because of marriage, that actually showed me. The husband went about, I think, 5 years torturing her because of one mistake she did to him.
Oh no. Like physical torture?
Not physical, emotional. Hunger strikes, aborting her pregnancies, even negligence. He killed their child. A lot.
Oh my God.
A lot.
My mouth's opening, but I'm
and she was
it.
still married to him.
Okay.
When I intervened, I asked her to just calm down and ask him what she did. Just that, what did I do? And the man broke down to her. He cried and he told her that she wasn't as attentive as she used to be as a bride. That was his justification.
Sorry.
So I had to write
Okay.
a full book to explore why she was still there with him.
Okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around.
Yes.
I'm trying to. Okay.
A lot of times we often think that these women under these circumstances, why are they not walking away? But
Yes.
seeing Hadiza's story, going through Hadiza's life, I somehow got the picture. It's not as easy as just pack your bags and go. I went through her life and it was a mess. Some don't, like, they don't have the support to even leave the marriages.
Oh,
Some
like support from
from
family.
family. They don't have anybody. Maybe parents are dead. They don't have jobs. They don't, like, a lot of things that are hindering them from stepping out of the marriage. And sometimes the husbands don't divorce them. You take them to court, they threaten people. A lot of things. I actually, it was a learning moment for me also at that time.
So it's like, in Hadiza's case, it's like prison, but you're free.
Yes, she wasn't really free because she can't go out on her own until he takes her out himself.
Okay.
Yes, and he will wait for her wherever she was going. He will wait for her outside, and she'll be done with whatever she was doing. And
Like a prisoner.
yes, no hospitals, no schools for their children until they are 7. Like, oh, this struggle was real.
And you know, this whole thing, some young people are not ready for it. They just find themselves, men and women
Yes.
alike, they just find themselves in the wrong marriage.
Yes.
And they can't access help. But for Hadiza, she was able to access help. And I don't want to think of it, but it was something small. You see, let's talk about the whole expectations. A lot of young people spend a lot of time planning the wedding
Yeah.
rather than the marriage.
Yes.
There's a story, I don't want us to rush, but there's a story that a young lady took the money that her brother gave her for investment, for his investment,
Oh,
and she put it in her bridal shower.
subhanallah.
So now, when the brother asked her, "Where's my money?" she had to stage her own kidnap
Oh, right, that is wild.
to pay him back the money. You know, it was on Third Eye Africa TV on Crimes of the Week, and I saw that story and I was like, this is interesting. And you know, come to think of it, it was her husband who followed to pay the ransom. Now imagine the whole trauma.
Okay. And all this because of pressure for her to
Just be-
stage her wedding, to be
just because,
flamboyant and
just for the flamboyant wedding. So the whole expectation,
wild.
do you think we're getting it wrong when it comes to wedding versus marriage?
absolutely, because this something this is totally insane for someone to do that.
Yes.
Then, like, the comparison out there, the social media, I think social media is contributing a lot
Exactly.
to this because everyone wants the aesthetics. They want to do this as their friend did hers or his. They want to, like, live up to people's expectations without actually thinking of the responsibilities ahead, because a lot of these people go into the marriage in debt.
Very true.
Yes, they go in debt, not thinking about the maintenance of the wife or the marriage afterwards, just for people to say that their wedding was glamorous.
But do you
And
think
someone will do better after your wedding.
exactly?
Someone will come and
Someone
do
will
better.
come and beat you on your own glamorous, indebted wedding.
Sure.
But what impact do you think this have on our society? What impact, like you said, social media has played a role in this whole trauma and all that. What impact does this have on the society, on family members, and then in the young people themselves? You know, young people just rush to get married. Oh, I'm married. No, that.
Just like you gave this example, it has pushed a lot to crime. Some to lie. Some for like a lifetime problem from this to another because of just one incident. Maybe the mother took sold her things or took money from people just for the daughter to have a good wedding, and problems start from there. So
Okay. You want to say something more?
no, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So you spoke about family. The whole, I think sometimes, not just social media, there's a pressure from family.
Yes, yes.
What do you have to say about the pressure from family, religion, culture, and all that? Is there a pressure? Let me put it this way: is there a pressure from religion and culture, and then from family? Obviously, some families come with pressure.
I don't think there is pressure from religion and the tradition or culture, because culture give us traditions and religion give us value. If we are going to follow them as they are, without adding our own self-interest into it, those shouldn't be a problem. Now, the family aspect, there competition can come in. Maybe a cousin did their wedding in such a way, or they got several boxes of gifts from the husband. Or now they are expecting the other cousin to get, or the other sibling to get the same. Now, if they sense that they can't get as much as the other person they are being compared to, they will resort to other means, of course, to step up or to live up to the people's expectation. And that pressure is not good mentally on the people getting married. It's
So, sorry to cut you short there, but let me use my culture in Southeast, the Igbo culture. For me, I think there is pressure when it comes to marriage. Particularly, there's a state in Nigeria that said, "Oh, if you want to get married, there, make sure you have money. Make sure you're able. Make
yeah,
sure."
yes.
Because
There
the
is that
whole,
and that is part of the culture. Yes, that's also part of culture. There are people that if you don't have a certain, like if you just mention that you are marrying someone from that tribe or from that region, they will start just looking at you as a rich person because they know what goes into the marriage there. Yes, that can also affect the like the married life of the couple, because it takes a lot of pressure from sometimes especially on the men, because they are the ones that are mostly sponsoring the weddings and upholding the financial aspect of the marriage thereafter. It's a lot of pressure on the men. A lot of men now, for example, let's take the Lefe aspect of the Arewa culture. A lot of men want to get married, but because of Lefe, a lot are not.
what's
Lefe is the gift given to the bride from the groom's side. A set of boxes with wrappers, cosmetics, and shoes and bags for her to use after the wedding. And that particular culture has put a lot of strain in relationships. Some men borrow the lefe. They give the brides those borrowed things. After the wedding, they stage theft at their own homes.
Are you serious?
They stage theft so that the lefe will be taken away and they will return it to the owners. And now the Amaria will now be consoled that you have to take heart now. It is it is now it's destiny. That's how I should be left with nothing. And the trauma is there for seeing the thieves for coming into our house to see our house looted. That is a lot. That is a lot.
So looking at this whole story of how young people are pressured to get married, and then when they do, they need to do something criminal or something out of human imagination just to meet up to standard or live or survive. This whole thing, should I say it's becoming a trend, looking at how survival now, looking at the economy of the country, is it now becoming a trend, or it cannot even be justified? So do you think they should just stay out of marriage, wait till you make it?
No, it is just a trend that will pass. And people should shift their mindsets from it. They should be realistic. They should know what their responsibilities are. They should have the hard conversations with their will-be spouses. Let them plan their lives. Nobody is leaving that marriage for them after the wedding. They should set their minds to that. And allow people and their wahala.
I like that word. Allow people and their wahala.
Yes.
Because no matter where the pressure is coming from, it's still land on your
Yes.
on your coast, on your
Yes.
goalpost.
Yes.
I mean, so much. But we'll take a short break. After we come back, we'll have more interesting conversation on the same topic with. Should I call you Hajia?
Yasmin.
Hajia.
No, Yasmin.
Yasmin.
Yasmin. Yes.
Okay, what does that mean?
My daughter is Yasmin, so I'm Yasmin's mother.
Oh,
yes,
oh,
Yasmin.
that's beautiful.
I am SP Dafe Bright and this is Delta State Police Command. Today we are the Special Anti-Kidnapping and Cyber Crime Squad. They just proved to us once again that indeed Delta State Police Command is working. I always say there are 3 stages where we can fight crime. You can fight crime before, that is to prevent crime. You can fight crime even during, and you can also fight crime even after. And that is why it is very, very important to report cases to the police. You cannot say, oh, I've given them money, I want the matter to die. No, always come to us because we know our onions and we know what we are doing. Today we'll be interviewing 3 suspects. One of them is a 27-year-old lady who just got married March. She will be the one that will explain why she's here, but I can assure you that it will be very shocking. What is your name?
Merit Ele.
Merit. Okay, Merit got married March this year, and according to her, she said she was given money by a younger brother or elder brother, as the case may be, to purchase a tricycle, and she used that money to sponsor, you say your, what did you call it again?
Bridal shower.
Bridal shower. She used the money for her bridal shower. Now, it did not end there. On Sunday this week, that is, what's that date?
20th.
On the 20th of this month, July 2025, she told her husband she was coming, and the next thing we heard was that she has been kidnapped. The ransom money was paid. The ransom of how much? 3 million naira was paid. But the husband did not give up. The husband followed up with the case he had already reported at the State Special Anti-Kidnapping and Cyber Crime Squad, and will continue to work until we arrested one of the suspects who eventually let the cat out of the bag. Now, you say your name is what? Merit. Okay, Merit. That money, the money you were saying your brother gave to you, what did you use it for?
I use it for my bridal shower.
Okay, make your answer very short, not stress me. You use it for your bridal shower.
Yes, sir.
So what now happened is your brother was asking you for the money.
Yes, sir.
So when he was asking for the money, what did you can't do?
I was just thinking of a way to raise the money, and I didn't see any way to.
So what did you can't do?
So I now masterminded the plan to forge that I was kidnapped.
You masterminded the plan to say you were kidnapped.
Yes, sir.
With who and who?
Peter and
You don't know the other one name. Where you for know Peter?
he works at where I was staying before as a security personnel there.
Okay. So how much your husband eventually pay?
3 million.
3 million. Who paid the money?
Him and my brothers.
Okay, your husband and your brothers.
Yes, sir.
So when the 3 million come reach your hand, what una come do?
We went to a POS woman shop.
Okay.
They transferred to the POS woman. So she put 2.5 in my account and gave them 500,000 naira cash.
Okay, you gave your accomplices 500,000, you 2.5 million. You don't hammer now. I don't be hammer, you hammer. So where the 2.5 million naira now?
It's my account, sir.
It's still in your account. So how do you feel as a wife? As a wife, how do you feel that you could do this to your husband?
I feel bad.
You feel
terrible.
bad? Open your mouth.
Ugochukwu,
How long have you known this lady?
never too dey long o.
It never too day long.
Marriage na since last year, yes.
Since last year.
Last year.
The day when she come meet you, say she wan do this thing, how she tell you say what did she tell you say she wan do?
Him tell me say tell me say him sister whether he don come back. I thought say maybe he
Wetin
don
concern
come
me and
back.
sister wey don come back? Go straight to the point.
Okay, wetin him tell me? Him tell me say whether make the boss stay. I tell say yes, any problem. He say make a long package. Which package? Na him come tell me say him brother give am 3.6 million. Say make he use am buy keke, use am go play gamble. Say na him friend, na him put am. I come dey tell am say see am,
Okay, don't do it. Forget about what you tell her. So what did she come tell you say she won't do next?
So you come tell me say e wan make I call one person. Yes, I remember one person dey work for bakery, make him help am. Na make me come for
Make dem help am do wetin?
make am package. Na wetin talk say package.
Package what?
Package work. So you no talk the real.
So wetin una come eventually do?
So as his income, as I come call this guy now, income now, he come explain the guy na wetin he explain for me. So the guy still tell am wetin I still tell am.
Okay, since you no know wetin you go tell me, make I ask you question wey you go take talk wetin you know, the real matter. When she dey for the hotel, who dey make the call to the husband when they wan take bring money?
Okay, na this one na him first start dey make the call.
Then you too, you make your own call.
Yes.
Wetin una tell the husband?
When him comot.
Wetin una tell the husband?
Na wetin him tell us, everything wey we
Talk am na, talk the
him
thing.
say wetin him first talk say na 10 million.
Okay.
Yes, I remember say bet we go land up for 5 million.
So how much the husband come pay?
So wetin come pay na 3 million.
How much they give you?
Wetin dey my hand now na 225,000.
How much they give am?
Na him give me.
Okay, na share the money.
Na him give me.
So our audience, you see what greed is causing. And I really want to give kudos to the Command Special Anti-Kidnapping and Cybercrime Squad, because what they have done is indeed proper investigation and has led to the arrest of these 3 suspects. Nobody knew that she actually kidnapped herself until the suspect was arrested.
Welcome back to 360 Youth Dialogue. You're still watching us here, and we're talking about the dangers. We're talking about dangers of marriage, dangers of high expectations in marriage, especially among the youth. They go into marriage and then they have this high expectation, or into a relationship, they have this high expectation of their spouse, especially from the women. Let me put it, I'm not being gender biased, I'm so sorry. I'm not being gender biased, but a lot of women put pressure on the men and say, oh, I want this, I want iPhone 15, I want iPhone this, I want this and that and that and that. At the end of the day, the man has to go and steal to provide for you. And we're still on the case staging a kidnap. It's not just a personal thing that just happened. It's a premeditated criminal act. What risks does such incident play on the family members, especially like people around? Looking at this lady's case we just spoke on, what risk does it play?
Yes, there are a lot of risks. First, it has now placed a rift between her and her sibling. Now the trust is shattered. Sometimes, like in the future, if she truly needs the help, people will be like hesitant to give that help to her. That trust is almost, now she has to like earn that trust back again.
Even from her husband.
Even from the husband. From it, like the marriage will now be unstable itself, because he has also gone through a lot. Now the brother will not trust her again with his finances. Now their parents will have to now, they either like blame one, choose side, or like the burden is so much on the family right now. They are like, the eyes are on them. After the story has gone out, people will know that it has happened to such family. Like, it's a lot to carry.
But what do you think are the psychological pressure that would push a woman to stage such?
Mostly it's peer pressure.
Okay.
Yes, the pressure is from the people like she associates herself with. Maybe she thinks she will be left out of her clique. She will like be the odd person, or maybe a wallflower. Everybody is involved in the party and she's just there behind, and she wants to feel among. It mostly comes from that, just
the peer pressure among people.
Yes, of wanting to feel among, and maybe her marriage shouldn't be less than any other marriage, wedding.
So is that expectation on, I want to meet up, I want to be like this person and reach up to the standard. But some people actually set a standard for themselves. So is it bad to have that standard?
It is good to hope. It is good to have a positive mindset of wanting growth. But people should be responsible. They should balance, be realistic, and having those dreams.
So let's talk about emotional insecurity, jealousy, distrust, and all that. What advice would you give Nigerian youth on building emotional trust and building secure marriages?
First, one has to know themselves before you go into anything relationship, be it courtship, be it the marriage itself. You have to know yourself, what your values are, what your goals are, what your hopes are, who you are as a person, what is your personality. You have to know all these things before you decide to pair up with another person. If you don't know yourself enough, you won't know who is good for you. Because when you see them, you won't know, okay, what is the criteria I'm going to hold against to see if this person fits me well. You have to know the me well before you
you go to create
us.
another
Yes.
person. Yeah.
Yes.
So you said this self-awareness like 3 times.
Yes, yes,
So
it is very important because in the marital journey, at a point, people change, they grow, and without you knowing who you are as a person, you won't know what direction to go to grow. Then you realize that your partner has left you behind. You are just stuck where you are because you don't know where you're going. You don't have direction. You don't have goals. You don't know who you are, and your partner has grown and left you. So you realize that there is a great disarray in the marriage. This one is now, in terms of their intellect, in terms of their spiritual journey, in terms of their financial, they have gone far and left you behind. You will be unhappy in that marriage. That's why self-awareness is very important to happen before the marriage.
In this case, let's talk about Hadiza. The story you said that
Yes.
inspired you. Do you think she was self-aware of herself or of her partner? Because for me, it goes beyond just being aware of yourself. You also have to be aware of, like you said, aware of, if you know yourself, you know what suits you. Yeah.
Yes.
So, with what
She saw the red flags before the marriage. She saw them, but if you read the story, you will see why she still went ahead. And so, for the benefit of those that didn't read the story, she was pressured in a way. Her father was indebted to the man, and in order to get out of it, he threatened her, and she had to agree to marry him. But she saw the red flags. They were always fighting before the marriage, and he didn't allow her the space. That was what I was coming on to. If a man in your life or a woman in your life sets a boundary between you and your family, and it's constantly isolating you from your family or your loved ones, that's a red flag. He will stay at her door from morning. He will come back around 11 a.m. or 12. He will come back in the evening, 4 p.m. He will come back at night to see her 4 times a day, no breathing space. And that was his insecurity speaking.
Okay.
Her father had to call him and ask him, what does he do for a living? Because someone that works
would not be coming to see somebody 4 times a day.
Wouldn't have time to do that. And he told the father he had business that he does. He was a tailor, he was a carpenter, and he taught in a school, like nursery school then. So
it's heavy.
Yeah.
But this self-awareness you said now, it's like a foundation to stop broken homes and the effect that comes with broken homes. Let's talk about the effect in broken homes. On young people, what do you think are the effects that broken homes, because currently in Nigeria we're seeing a lot from diverse culture, from diverse religion, and even among celebrity and famous people, we're seeing a lot of broken homes. What effect does this have? What impact does this have in the society and on the youth itself?
It starts on the children, from the little kids. Yes, of course, it puts the kid out there on the street. And eventually, these people, especially those that have become estranged with the fathers or the mothers, they no contact with both or either parents, they start to feel like they raise themselves. So a parent or an elder has no right to talk to them, to speak to them, to caution them about their behavior. So that creates a lot of high rate of crime in the society. Then another angle is the trauma on the youth. They've maybe lived with the parents, and the anger in the marriage has affected the children, and they later transfer that same abuse to their own relationships without healing. That's why it's very important before getting into marriage for people to heal first. Your spouse is not going to heal you. They are not going to make you happy. They are not going to fill the void of that loneliness in you. You have to do all that yourself. You have to do the hard work yourself before getting into any relationship. If not, you are going to transfer that baggage onto another innocent person.
So, like, what I'm getting from you now is broken homes and, you know, failed marriage and relationship is like a chain in our society. It starts with, it affects literally everybody.
Everything. That's a stable home makes a stable society.
Very correct. I mean, the family is the smallest unit. So once the family stands correct, I mean, we have a wonderful nation, society, a wonderful society. Wow, that hits me. But let's still talk on the youth. Where, or do you think, I don't want to say where or do you think, but let's say this, where should the youth find solution? You said it, they have to heal. How do they heal? How do they come out of, you know, I'll always say an adult is a broken child.
Yes.
Most adults are broken children. They either have traumas, they have these, and then they keep passing the baton, passing the baton. Yes. So how can people heal? How can youth heal to maintain relationship, to ensure marriage, family, and safety in their homes?
First, they have to sit with themselves. They have to accept that something is wrong first. Without knowing that you are ill, you can't know where to go to for the cure. But if people or someone showed you that something is like, calm down, like relax and think this through, maybe you should relax and calm down and think this through. Maybe something is truly wrong. Like nobody will just hate you and just walk up to you and tell you that you have a problem, you have anger issues, you should learn how to communicate, you should open up, you should, like, if several people tell you this, 1, 2, 3, then you should know that something is truly wrong, and you should sit with yourself and decide what to do and seek for the help that you need in your life. And a lot of hospitals now have these counseling services, and they will show you to the right place. There are clinical psychologists out there that can sit with you and help you through your situation. Yes.
So it just have to be with the youth. You have to start with them.
Yes.
The healing and everything have to start with them. Now, you're talking to a youthful audience now. If you have one word, one right word, one checklist, one, okay, let me not restrict it, because you know when they say one word, you have like a paragraph. You have paragraphs to say. Okay, if you should say words and solution to the youth, what would that word be concerning the topic?
Okay, I think you should hold on to your values well. Hold on to your values well and sieve everything through those values. If you have values, it means you have boundaries. You have things that you allow it to happen to yourself, to your life, and you are responsible for yourself. Nobody is responsible for you. You should take that in mind. Whatever you are about to do, be it business, be it marriage, be it whatever you set forth to do, put that in mind that nobody is responsible for you. You are responsible for yourself, for your happiness, and for the way your life should pan out. Don't allow the glamour of the next person affect the way you want to live your life. That, I think, is my message for you out there.
This message is It's a very smooth message that's being passed out there. But I have a question just popped into my head. You know, we've blamed social media for this whole unrealistic high expectations. And you're an author. Do you think romance novel and all that play a part in all this high expectations and all that?
Yes, but let me talk about myself, about what I write. I am a romance author, and I write sweet and realistic stories because my characters go through the ringer. They go through a lot. There are hardships, there are flaws, there are struggles. But then we show how to heal. We show how to stand up after we've fallen several times. What I'm trying to say is that when you read those stories out there, you should read them with balance. You should be grounded while you read them. It should just be an escape from your reality, not for you to set a certain standard for yourself that you have to get there before you feel you are happy or before you see your relationship as a successful one. Social media highlight, it's just a highlight of of people's life. They are real highlights from people's life. They are not the whole picture. You don't follow them after their weddings and see their marriages and how they pan out. Likewise, novels and movies mostly end up after the wedding.
Exactly.
It's the happily ever after we are chosen. Yes, and I think that should not set our standard. We should be grounded while reading those things. They should just be, we take the lessons from them, learn them, relearn things that we think differently before, and let it go.
This episode is really soothing and it's smooth, and I really enjoyed having this conversation with you. I think I found a counselor. And to our wonderful audience, thank you so much for staying tuned here with us, with me, and you I'm going to shackle you, Hajia, with Mrs. Aziza. Very, 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 very grateful to join us here on 360 Youth Dialogue. Your advice, your words were really succulent.
Thank you. It's a pleasure talking to you.
The way I was taking it, it was really helpful. And if you find this helpful, if you find this episode helpful, and you want to tell your story on any matters concerning wife battery, spouse, and all that, you can check us out on our social media handle and reach us to us to tell your story at Third Eye Africa TV, or you can send us an email at thirdeyeafricatv@gmail.com. And it's at this we draw the curtain close. My name is Juliet. All right, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for watching. Have you ever been a victim of crime? Were you robbed, scammed, betrayed, or harmed, and left with a story the world needs to hear? Do you want to tell your story for impact and awareness? On True Crime Story, we let you speak with your safety and privacy respected. We give real people the platform to speak their truth. We're documenting true stories. Join us. Your voice could be the warning that saves someone else. Your story matters. If you've lived it, we're here to listen. Reach out to us through our social media platform at Third Eye Africa TV, or send us an email to share anonymously. Reach out to us through our social media handle at Third Eye Africa TV, or send us an email at thirdeyeafricatv@gmail.com to share anonymously. Follow True Crime Stories here on Third Eye Africa TV.